to Out in the Field, your insight to all things agriculture, natural resources, and horticulture in Kentucky. I'm Craig Wood, Interim Assistant Director of Extension for Agriculture and Natural Resources, and you guessed it, I'm out in the field in Jackson County. I'm here with David Coffey and Jeff Cassida. David is the A&R agent in Jackson County, and Jeff is the A&R agent in Clay County. And they're doing some interesting stuff with drones. So what are you doing in your county using this drone?
With the drone, we're doing some mapping services. We're taking color images of total entire fields through the process of multiple images and stitching them together. And then we're also using near infrared images to make a vegetative index map that shows plant health.
Jeff, what are you doing with it?
Well, in Clay County, we've flown it for a couple producers that are doing some rotational intensive grazing, and so looking at plant health.
So y'all are using a drone in your counties.
Mm-hmm.
What drone did you select, and why did you select that one?
This is the DJI Phantom 4 with a Centera near infrared sensor. And we chose it because it had the infrared technology, but it was the cheapest out there on the market for this. I mean, some of these can actually go $15,000 to $20,000 if you get all the ag software on them to be able to do some of the things. But we thought this would suffice for our efforts in helping producers look at plant health on their farms.
Yeah. And David, what do you have there in your hand there? Describe that to us.
This is actually the controller for the DJI Phantom 4. And then it uses an iPad or any iOS device for the interface to fly it with.
So at this point, Dave can actually tell it how high to fly and map out a certain area on a field. Of course, it will go back and forth to those predetermined points. It's taking pictures. It's doing the motion picture part of that, the video, as well as the individual pictures that we'll be able to see the infrared, near infrared. The drone and the setup to fly was approximately $3,700 to be able to use this ag software and all the ability to fly it with the batteries and all those things.
And we have 3 batteries for it. Each battery will last about 25 minutes. And with those 3 batteries, I mean, we can easily map 200-300 acres. You know. So here on the screen is a farm that we flew over. This is the color images from the farm. We can also change that over to the infrared images, which is coming up right there. The software called Field Agent converts those near infrared images into a vegetative index image, which shows our plant health of different areas of the farm. Mostly green is really good, yellow is kind of starting to get stressed, and red is pretty stressed areas. And red can also be hard surfaces like water and roads and stuff.
So Jeff, how does this help the producer? What do you do when they see a map like that?
Well, it's giving them a different perspective on their total farm picture. And you can see this at a snapshot versus walking the whole farm. It's a really good diagnostic tool for extension agents, as well as helping the producer figure out problem areas or how they can actually manage their forages better.
So David, so you got this infrared picture like that. So how do you turn that into a video that you can actually show the farmer where it is on their pasture?
So actually, it actually takes 2 different flights to do it. But what we've been doing at each farm is we do the photo images and then the infrared images, which is all done at one time, and then we go back a second time and do another flight just to make a video, so that we can see these areas from just a flyover perspective, and so that we can show the farmers from a flyover perspective.
So the farmer can actually see thin areas. Weeds will show up as yellow or red on this too. And of course, in a grazing scenario, it helps the farmer to know anytime you put animals on grass, you're stressing them. So most of our producers do not give enough rest period time, I guess, before they come back in and graze these pastures. And of course, in the scenario that we're in now, it's been really, really dry, so it'd be really easy to stress.
Right, we can start seeing some stress with this, with the imaging from this camera.
So now that you have the drone and you used it on some producers' farms and you mapped some pastures and all that, what are your future plans for using it?
Well, we definitely want to continue to work with our producers and fly it over their farms and try to look at plant health. And we also think that we can help them mark boundaries as far as like where to fence, where to put in water, if there's infrastructure needs. All that will help producers have a better operation and be more productive.
Obviously, since you've had it and you used it and you've taken it out to producers, they find it really interesting. And what other kind of doors has it opened for you, or other things you might have done with it that you didn't foresee doing when you first started?
We've actually figured out that it's become a pretty good marketing tool for extension and for different things. I had one guy that wanted me to fly it over his deer farm, show his deer. I went up and did a marketing thing for the Laurel County Ag Fair, to where we advertise that for them on Facebook and Instagram and stuff. We've also we can see using it for marketing for extension, just our regular programs that we're doing and different things to show kind of what we're doing, and get people interested, because and today, we was talking about it a while ago, in today's society, a 10-second video on Facebook or Instagram catches their attention, more than anything.
So there you have it. David and Jeff have shown you what they're doing with the drone, and if you're interested in implementing that in your county or with some of your producers, I'm sure they'd be willing to visit with you about how they got started, share with you what they have learned, the do's and don'ts of using the drone and all that. So keep your thoughts and ideas coming in, and I'll see you out in the field.